Barcelona. So Rodri is going to Barcelona. This gives him a chance to try to win a Champions League with basically we all know Barcelona is La Roya as far as I'm concerned to win with a Spanish great team, and also um, it gives Barcelona now a chance to deal with an issue they've had. They play a high line, they play a high press, and their high line has been a disaster under Hansi Flick defensively. So adding Rodri there as the CDM, to me, especially with someone who has a good communication with Kibirasi, we saw what they did in the World Cup, is going to make improve Barcelona's defense fantastically without them having to lose their high line. Because we know that with Rodri, he places himself between the center backs and the midfield. And once any team does let's say they're on the transition or they do a press, he's poised for a counter press. And even if he's not going to do a counter press, he's so good at closing up the passing lanes, especially coming through the middle and the central areas. We saw what he did against France. France is the most devastating team in the world. They shut down Elise and Mbappe. Him and Kubasi shut those guys down, along with Cucurella. But so now you have this dynamic with Rodri coming to Barcelona, with him being there to shield the midfield, to act as a shield between Pedri and those guys and Olmo, and then you've got Kubasi behind him. I expect to see Barcelona put a good run in semifinals, maybe even win the Champions League by adding him. The only thing is that he's 30 and injuries could come, so that's the big question. What are your thoughts, Kunle?
Yeah, I mean, Rodri did have a long-term injury last season. It's quite worrisome for him. For me, it's quite frustrating because I see everything through red-tinted glasses. And this means that since Rodri has gone to Barcelona, Madrid are going to hang on to Camavinga and Tchouaméni, which means that Manchester United are screwed in that position, but I digress. The interesting thing about Rodri in Barcelona, it looks on paper, a team that likes to play a high line that's always getting caught, now gets the best defensive midfielder in the world. On paper, that looks like the ultimate solution to the ultimate problem of the ultimate team. But, sometimes you might think these things are going to work perfectly, like Neymar, Messi, and Suarez and all of that. And it didn't, sometimes you think it's going to be perfect and it's a disaster. Mbappe and remember that front line, that superstar front line? And it didn't work. It didn't really work. So we need to see whether it's going to work for Barcelona.
Yeah, I agree. But the only good that
we need to see the other player. I mean,
yeah. So the only good, I think he's breaking. Yeah. Okay. But the good thing is that Rodri has played with Kubasi, he's played with Olmo, he's played with those guys, and the Spanish people. All these guys have the same system that Johan Cruyff brought from La Masia. So it's like they all understand they're all interchangeable. The Spanish players, even when they play for different teams. So I'm not saying that he'll gel in well, but that's a good indicator that he may gel well because we know that Spanish football is so systematic and theoretical. It's almost like those guys have textbooks when they're 8 years old. So they're all on the same page. He's going to be there with Yamal. So he's going to be there with people he's won a World Cup with and a European Championship with. But like you said, we'll have to wait and see. What do you think, Kunle? Then we'll move on. Yeah.
That'll test Barcelona, Madrid, and Atletico, because apart from those three teams, I don't really rate the rest of the Spanish league. It's just those three teams. I think that Rodri is going to shine in La Liga, whatever happens. The challenge is, will he shine in the Champions League?
Yeah, and that's the thing. But I think that he should be able to with the rest of the team. You've got Yamal. You've got who's the guy on the left from Brazil, and they got the English guy too. Who's on the left for them from Brazil?
They've got, is it Jeff Gordon? No, not Jeff Gordon. Flash Gordon. What's his name again? Look, he's gone to Madrid.
Oh, he's gone. Who? Rafinha?
Jeff, is it Gordon? I think Gordon went to Madrid from Newcastle.
He's going to.
He's Gordon now.
Gordon's in Barcelona. Yeah, Gordon's in Barcelona. That's a very good pickup for them. And the other guy that went to Real Madrid,
Barcelona.
He went to Barcelona. Gordon's in Barcelona. That's a bloody pickup for them. That's a nice one for those guys. Then they've got Olmo. They've got Yamal. So I'm just saying that they've got a good team. The question is whether they can gel. But we'll see what happens because they do have some weaknesses in center forward, number 9. What are your thoughts, Afalabi?
Yeah, I think it's a good one for Barcelona because now they have a proper CDM, and the way he does his own defensive duties is not to tackle and commit fouls. He's very intelligent. He's a very technical player. He scans, he anticipates, and then he's able to mark space and not players. So with the safety net of Rodri, the team can play a more aggressive high press, because one of the problems they had last season was defending transitions, especially when they played against Atletico. When they lose the ball after pressing high, it was difficult for them to track back and defend transitions. With a player like Rodri, Rodri doesn't just jump into pressing the opposition or counter pressing. He tries to cover the most likely outlet for the opponent
Reads the
and mark space.
game.
So the guy can scan and he reads passes very well. His intelligence is in anticipating. So, and he's going to help Barcelona a lot in that. And then he reduces the space that the likes of Kubasi and the center defenders have to defend when they lose the ball. So it's going to make Hansi Flick deploy a more aggressive, high-pressing game. And then for the sake of Rafinha was one other issue last season. He had injuries at critical times. So now that they have Gordon, I think they have depth in that area. So those are the two things that really affected them last season. So with Rodri and then with Gordon on the left side, it should be better this time around.
All right. Last quick thoughts, Mr. Johnny, before we head out.
Well, I think the Rodri is for sure perfect. Is a good player, good CDM. I mean, but for that, the way Hansi Flick does his stuff with that high line, I think Rodri might with the pace he might struggle a bit, or unless they have to sort of like play to Rodri's pace.
Down.
And then again, Rodri's injury rate is if he plays the way Barcelona wants him to play, he's going to injure himself quite often.
It's just the injury parts that I have concerns about. In terms of pace, it's coming from the Premier League. The Premier League pace is far faster than La Liga. So,
but I don't think it's so fast anymore. We used to always traditionally say that, but I don't think because of all these throw-ins and all this nonsense football that's entered.
Give him Ragolis.
Sorry.
But there's some. I just think we're going to see. They will have to adjust because even on his age, he's not that young. He's not anymore.
It's not that he can't keep up with Hansi Flick's high press. Hansi Flick's high press is so suicidal that even if you're a good CDM, nobody can recover on time. So in other words, he plays aggressive. The Spanish team didn't play as aggressive. They still sit back a little bit. Yeah, but even if Rodri CDM, he won't be fast enough to come back in transition because they play their players way too high.
And his age again too. He's 30. I mean, he's not not a spring chicken anymore. So, but I'm sure he'll
5 good years.
Yeah, give him. He's 30 years.
I don't think he'll play all the games. They will use him selectively because of his age.
He's already achieved what he wanted, the European and the World Cup. So now he just wants to finish off with Barcelona. All right. So you guys, nice one. So we'll do another one because this Dutch Grand Prix is this weekend. So maybe we'll do free practices on Friday. All right.
This is my birthday weekend. Oh, Johnny, you better find your way here.
Don't worry, I'll be there.
All right.
And there's a lot of sport. There's Formula 1 and football, everything. Although your own game is on Monday. My birthday is actually on Monday. But I don't know whether you have
Monday. I thought it was.
Yeah, but I'm
on 22nd
I'm going to party over the weekend.
It's not 22nd.
You're working 20 minutes, guys. Thank you, though.
On the 24th.
Okay, all right.
Your birthday.
See you guys.
All right.
Yo.